Hello, everyone. Hoodie D here. Of course, I am joined by Lady Madea, and
Hello.
today we are talking Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Now, just so everyone's aware, I have not talked to Lady Medea. She has not talked to me, so you're
Mhm.
getting our raw, unfiltered opinions here. There will be spoilers throughout this video, just a heads up.
Yeah.
So if you have not seen the movie, please come back later. Whoa! Right off the bat, Marvel Studios has finally put out a Fantastic Four movie. Marvel's first family gets their own film. I think the last one was 2015 and it was absolutely terrible. So, this movie is not perfect, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. It does a few things that really worked for me. So, we're going to break it down, what hit, what missed, and what I think Marvel's going for with this new version of the Fantastic Four. The biggest win for me is the story. It's focused, it's tight, there are no pointless side plots, there's no random cameos stealing the spotlight. It's just about them and the family. So I really did appreciate that. It's character driven and it actually gives us time to see these characters grow, interact with each other, and then, of course, clash as a unit. And that's what Fantastic Four always should be, family. What did you think, Lady Medea?
I actually did appreciate the whole point that they brought up that the family dynamics. They did it really skillfully. They, like you said, they kind of portray them as very tight unit. Basically having each other's back always, and that was just right on point. And it what really made that movie interesting to me was the retro vibe. I loved the where it takes when it takes place. I love how they kind of stay true to that period, but they were, of course, like, you get your little um kind of, it felt like Jetson like to me, the cartoon. So you get your the robot, you get your flying car, all the but at the same time it's kind of like a old fashioned. You get starting with the title, how they put it in a this old fashioned way. um Design it in an old fashioned way. I don't know how else to say it. and uh and the colors, like all the colors were kind of the same cool vibe of the, I don't know when it took place, I don't know, 50s, 60s.
I think it was like a retro 60s. That was kind of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
vibe
yeah.
they were going for.
So I think they did excellent job there. It kind of you know kept me interested, and just I don't know, it felt really good watching it. So um yeah.
Awesome. No, I love the aesthetic, the 60s aesthetic.
Hmm.
It was fresh. It set it apart from anything else we've seen in the MCU.
Yeah.
It was like classy, vintage. Everything
Hmm.
was like analog. I really like the
Yes.
style.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
cars, the
The
cars had this really
costume.
like,
Yeah.
this sleek design to them. It was kind of
Yeah.
rounded. Everything was so round, not so square. I really like that.
Hmm.
Getting into the characters. So Reed Richards is the smartest man in Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Might be controversial what I'm about to say is, but he felt kind of underwhelming to me in terms of his power. Yes, he's the genius we expect. He's great in the lab,
Mm.
big brains, all of that fun stuff, but he barely did anything with his powers. And he had a couple of scenes where
True.
he's, running around, stretching and climbing stuff, but it just felt like we didn't get to see him utilize his power set, which that disappointed me a little bit. Pedro Pascal actually had some solid moments, in my opinion.
Hmm.
He did bring a grounded presence, and he acted the role well. I still left the theater feeling like Reed didn't fully deliver on the superhero side of things, though. But that's just me. Johnny, I absolutely love Johnny Storm in this movie. They leaned hard into him being a cocky ladies man, and that is what he is. So it was very
Yeah.
surprising for me to see in the movie when he said, "I love women." Like that was such a shock to me.
There you
And
go.
I'm so glad they did that because that is who he is. He's a cocky, He knows he's good looking and he loves women. So
Yeah.
um, they had a really interesting dynamic with him and the female Silver Surfer. Which, whatever you want to say about that, I did like the dynamic they had between Johnny and her. Sue Storm, I've got to give props on how they handled her. She did not fall into the usual trap of trying to make her a girl boss at
Mm-hmm.
all. She had her moments, and when she had them, they were warranted. Um, it made her feel real. There's a scene at the end where she pretty much exerts herself to the point of death, all because of her son is about to be taken from her. And that's a reason to have those types of moments, you
Yeah.
know? So that worked really well for me. The Thing, I think he was kind of thrown to the side. He was there, but I felt like he could have had some cooler hero moments. What did you
Mm-hmm.
feel about the characters?
I loved all of them. That includes Pedro, and when you mentioned that he did have a few solid moments, well, he better. I mean, he gets plenty of practice being in every movie and show on the universe these days. So he better, actually improve in his acting. But yeah, character wise, like you said, he wasn't. I wasn't impressed, like I wasn't like, whoa, he really hit the jackpot with this. Kind of, yes, he had, he figured out how to, um, get rid of the villain. But, that was kind of like, oh, Sue, you whatever you said that brought, it was kind of like, if I don't know, I saw a little bit of struggle there. So, um, other than that, everybody else I absolutely loved. Uh, the female Surfer, I think she did a really good job, and I gotta give some shout out to Julia Garner because we see her more and more now in a lot of movies. I think for me, the first time that I saw her, or one of the first times, was in a Werewolf. Um, was it a Werewolf?
Yeah,
I mean, what was the name of the movie? The
Wolfman,
Werewolf,
Wolfman. Yeah,
Wolfman. There we go. And now I know that she has another movie coming out, and it's a like a good-looking horror movie. I think it's called The Weapons. So I'm definitely gonna see that. So yeah, so I think she does a really good job. Her acting is impeccable. Um, as for the family, uh, again, they meshed together well. I really liked the dynamics in between all of them, how comfortable they are with each other, and how they protect each other. Like stand behind and like Johnny, how he decided to just kind of bite the bullet at the end and kind of save everybody, save the world, and then spoiler alert, the Silver Surfer pushed him aside, and she took care of the villain. I forgot his name.
Galactus. So
Galactus. There you go. Of
speaking
course.
of Silver Surfer, I actually did not hate her or the
Mhm.
like the plot that they gave her. I
Yeah.
just think if it was the actual Silver Surfer, it would have been way better. But Julia Garner did a good job when she came
Mhm.
down to New York City and she said like, "I herald your world." I thought that was like it was pretty cool. It
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah. It gave me chills. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
was
there
pretty
it
good.
is. Yeah. Yeah. She did.
So
She did a good job with it.
like I said, I just wish it was the OG Silver Surfer. They
Mm.
tried to give her a little arc there, but it was really short lived. There was not much to it. Um, and then Galactus, the villain, uh, he was awesome. This is the
Yeah.
first time we've ever gotten a screen accurate Galactus, so to see him, he was just incredible as a comic book fan. He looked great visually. He felt larger than life. He was just this impossible force of nature, and he actually looked terrifying. So
Yeah.
props to Marvel for that. The only problem I had is we don't see enough of him. It's like he was
Mm.
barely in the
True.
movie. You could feel his presence looming throughout the
Hmm.
movie,
Yeah.
but there wasn't enough of him actually. And I know it's hard to portray, a giant, a being like that, but I just wanted more presence. So very well done on Galactus. That's one of the harder villains to bring to film. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they handled it really well compared to like 20 years ago when they made him just a cloud. So definitely better now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So overall, I do think that the movie is good and it's a good
Mm-hmm.
trajectory for Marvel to be on. If they keep it like this, focus on the story, don't focus on cameos and side stuff that no one cares about.
Yeah.
It's not a masterpiece of a film. I'm not saying that, but it is the best version of the team we've gotten so far. It's stylish, it's character and family
Mm-hmm.
focused. It's not afraid to try something a little bit new. The action could have gone further. There really, to be honest, was not that great of action, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not really that type of film, I guess. Galactus needed more screen time, and female Silver Surfer, like I said, I actually did enjoy it for what it was. Still wish it was the OG Silver Surfer. I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. Not perfect, but it's definitely worth seeing and a strong foundation for what is to come next. What did you think overall, Lady Medea?
I Hey, I was positively surprised, like I said. It kind of exceeded my expectations, which were very low at this point. But like you guys probably heard before, like I wasn't happy that Pedro was gonna be there, and wasn't really sure what to think about that. I didn't see too many previews, but from what I've seen, I was like, I don't really know about that one. But yeah, it did exceed my expectations. I did very much enjoy it. I had a couple moments there that I was like, all right, how much longer? It had little pokes there that I was like, okay, I'm getting bored. But it picked up right after that, and it really, delivered a solid experience. So I will give it 7 as well. I think that is pretty good rating. And like you said, it kind of gives a little hope for the future installments. By the way, what did you think about did you stay until the little scene after the credits or in the middle of the credits?
Oh, I did say yes.
Yeah,
I think everyone knew we were gonna see in some form or
I
manner, but
didn't.
oh really? I
Yeah.
expected that, but not. I thought we were actually gonna see Doctor Doom. I thought we were gonna see Robert Downey Jr., but we just saw
No, just a little, yeah.
the back of him. So
Snippet, yeah. But yeah, that was everybody was cheering at my theater. After that, I was like, okay, that looks good.
yeah, that was another thing too. My theater was packed. I
Mm-hmm.
went today around noon. Yesterday, my theater actually was closed to some fire incident, so
Yeah.
I had to go to a different theater. It was packed, and people clapped after the movie ended, which
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that in a while. So
Yeah,
it was nice to hear that.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people were very, happy with the movie. I could tell they were
Yeah,
excited.
same.
So
So
yeah,
hopefully, good things to come in the future here with Marvel Avengers coming out next year. But we will see. Thank
yeah,
you, everybody, for watching another review with us here on the GCA. If you're not part of our community, please hit that like and subscribe button.